Yo, what is up, guys? I'm about to go to the gym, but I wanted to make a quick video talking about the start of the maxing era. So I've noticed a lot on the internet lately, a lot of looks maxing, money maxing, IQ maxing, status maxing, a lot of maxing out going on with this, new age of self-improvement. And this is what is going to start happening, and it's because of a couple reasons. Number one, business has become more competitive. So because of that, people need to max out their stats to compete in this world for money, power, dating. And because of all of these different things, there's a big discrepancy going on. You see, there's the people that don't care at all about maxing out any of their stats, and then there's the people that care extremely about maxing out their stats. So I would like to call this era the Great Gap. This is where you get the people that really end up getting nothing and people that can end up getting everything. Because the way that I see maxing out your stats, it's like you are literally just improving everything. So the first one is looks maxing, which is the most popular right now. And I would say it's one of those things that you shouldn't really focus on too much, but you should be working to get better every single day. Meaning you shouldn't really be in the mirror necessarily analyzing your face too much, but you should be working out every day, eating a good diet, getting in the sun, doing face exercises. That's a lot better than just worrying about your face, taking pictures, taking selfies. If you're just doing the work to get yourself better looking, I feel that's completely fine and nothing wrong with that. The next one's money maxing, okay? This is the one I'm trying to work towards and haven't done a very good job, but we're gonna get there. It's what I've noticed because, like I said, there's been a big gap in all of this in self-improvement. So there's the people that, again, are maxed out with nothing and maxed out with everything. And money's become a major trend, in these past couple of years, just making money online. It's become extremely competitive. Obviously, money's always been important, but now it's a different situation because it's maxing. It's money maxing. And we live in a world where men are constantly competing with each other to make more money. And the last one's like status maxing. Maybe social media or just your brand or just your overall self, like maxing out, your status, who you are, all those different things. Now, what does this mean for you guys? Well, I think it's important to not get too caught up on where you rank with all this maxing stuff and be much more concerned about just maxing in general and what systems can I put in place to max out. When it comes to looks maxing, you should just be like, okay, I'm going to do everything in my power to become the best looking version of myself, which would be getting in the gym, getting sun, eating the correct diet, and having a proper hygiene routine. That's, with natural products. Very simple. You don't need to make it that difficult. It's the same with money maxing. You shouldn't be really worried like, oh, am I making more money than this guy? Oh, this guy's making more money than me. You should be like, what the hell can I do right now to make a bunch of money? Nowadays, it's very, very different what's going on in the world. So it's much, much, much more important to be maxing out your stats than before. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. This video is really for men more. If you're a woman, you can still watch, but it really is for men. If you think that your life is going to be, something that's very simple, I really don't think that's possible now. I mean, the way I see it, most men are lonely and depressed. Okay? This is why the maxing era has come out. This is why the maxing era has started in the first place. Let's break this all down, why this actually happened. It's because men started feeling like shit, okay? They started seeing people on the internet and saying, oh my gosh, look how many of these people doing so much better than me. And they started to, get into the idea of improving their life and life maxing and maxing out all their stats like a video game. I think a big reason this happened was because we all kind of used to be into video games, and then self-improvement kind of came out, and then we switched that video game mentality to self-improvement. This only happened as a reaction of the discrepancies going on in the world, like missed opportunities, dating, all of these different things are the reason that people are now money maxing, looks maxing, IQ maxing, because they literally got hit by the world so hard that they're like, fuck, I need to max out all this different shit. And my thing is like, how the fuck, because all this is going on, clearly people are going to get better at shit. Competition's rising, okay? Clearly competition's rising, correct? How the fuck do I win? How do I win through this competition? Well, take what I just said, okay? I'm not focused on the ranking, okay? I'm focused on the systems I can put in place to max out these stats. I'm not focused on, am I better looking than this person? Am I better looking than this person? I'm focused on, let me do this jaw exercise every single day to get a better jaw. Let me eat this diet to get my face leaner. Let me wear, this beef tallow to get my skin clear or whatever. It's way more, what systems are you putting in place? Instead of being like, is that guy richer than me? Is that guy richer than me? Be worried about, what am I doing to make money right now? What skill am I learning to possibly make money in the future? What am I doing right now to invest in my brand or my business right now? This is my point. The whole maxing era is actually not a bad thing, but you need to look at it the correct way. You need to look at it as, okay, this is an opportunity for me to put systems in place to actually achieve these goals and max out these stats rather than play the comparison game. So the last one's IQ maxing, which I've actually tried to get a bit more into, which has, been difficult for me. But that one I would say is the most underrated, because if you can get your IQ higher, then all of these things are going to be easier. All of these things you're going to be able to put systems in place. So I would say the most underrated one is the IQ maxing. You need to start IQ maxing. You need to start practicing, how do I become smarter? You can use ChatGPT, but what I've noticed ever since I started actively trying to become smarter, to become more well-spoken, maybe use better vocabulary, start understanding things more, question my thoughts, life has been a lot better, and I've understood things a lot more. Keep that in mind, that IQ maxing is underrated, and if you can get that the highest, all the other things will be much easier to max out. That's a fact. The realization that I have come to is that the less you compare yourself to people and actually worry more about the systems that you put in place to actually max out your stats, the better your life is going to be. And the more you can embrace this maxing era, because that's the era we're in. Whether you like it or not, that's what's going to be happening. People are going to be maxing out their stats, okay? We're going to have the people that don't give a fuck and then the people that really give a fuck, okay? And you got to decide which one you're in. I want to give you guys all the tools to win and embrace it and enjoy it. If you stay away from the comparison and just worry about comparing yourself to your past self, then the maxing era is going to be extremely fun for you, and you can embrace it and you will actually get a lot out of it, and I think your life will become better. So that's all I got for today. We are staying consistent with the videos. I talk, I give you all my 2 cents, and that's about all I could do sometimes. All right, y'all. Don't quit. Max out the stats. Peace.